Okay, well, we'll start on our bellies tonight. And just make a pillow with your hands and put one cheek down on your pillow. And today I had a very meaningful opportunity to present to the Abilities Club about the thesis that Sierra wrote about our team using queer theory and crip theory and feminism and all the intersectionalities in her to use the focus group data that she gathered from all of you to bring some strength and interpretation to experiences of marginalization. And it was just an amazing presentation, and I had one wheelchair user there, and when I went around and was introducing everybody to everybody, I was like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "You can just call me gamma radiation." But I could call him radioactive the whole rest of the presentation. And it was wonderful. It went really well. Yeah. So I'm going to start with something that we haven't done in a while. I think it's called locust pose. So you bring your head up, like looking in center, and then take your hands behind your back and kind of place them on your sacrum. It's not called seal though. And then and then interlace your fingers except for your, and then just slowly and gradually roll up.
It's called seal.
And your
I think it's a scorpion.
One of the keys to this is to loosen your glutes and press through the tops of your, so that you're just lifting in the front of your body. And then breathe out and relax. And then one more time, breathing in and pushing your fingers down towards your heels, opening up through your heart. And release. And then plant your hands in front of your face and put your face down the other cheek, the opposite cheek. And we'll find our breath in through the nose, out through the nose. And another breath in and out. And in and release. And then plant your left hand in front of you. So taking your left forearm square to the front of the mat, and reach your right hand back to your left leg and just pull that in close, bringing a stretch probably into the core, but also into the leg. And keep your breath in, out, and one more breath. And release that left leg. And switch sides. So plant the right forearm, reach back with the left. That's a hard reach, isn't it?
Yeah, for me it is. It takes me half the time just to reach the thing.
And breathing, keeping your breath. Part of the key to that one is actually being able to find more bend in your back too. So plant both hands into a little tiny baby cobra. And again, loosening through your glutes so that you can open up through your abs. They're a little tight from morning core. And we'll find again the breath in through your nose and out. And then on your next out breath, let your head droop low, bringing a stretch into the back of your neck. So breathing out and letting that head droop down. And then in and raise your head and open your heart. And then with your rhythm, out. Down. In and out. And then release your elbows and reach both hands back to grab your ankles. And then move into boat pose. So pushing your feet into your hand and finding that beautiful bow and arrow stretch tight. You're rocking. And release. Now this time you can either choose to just go into like a locust pose, or you can go back into the bow pose. So wherever you want to go with one more breath. Just interlacing your fingers behind your back and bringing your chest up. And we'll meet back belly. Plant your hands next to your chest and push back into child's pose, opening your knee. Oh yes, countering those motions. Probably feeling the opening come into your low back here. So follow that with your breath. And focus just on your breath, but also let your belly relax. And in and out. On your next out breath, round through your spine and push up into table pose. Round and slowly, see how slowly you can get there. And then find your way into table. Breathe out and round through your spine. And in and cow. Dipping through your belly. And out and round. And come stable table. And then go ahead and do this uneven. So round just through the left side of your body, like you're just doing cat in one side. And kind of a little curve in your body, and then breathe out and come stable table. And sides. And then just move to a movement on your own breath, where you're kind of going from one side, opening left, and then opening right. Find your way back to stable table, and we'll push to our first down dog, bringing just a little more energy into your body. Walk out your dog. Put equal weight in both hands and both feet. Spread out through your toes and your fingers. Breathe in and out. And take your gaze between your hands and step to the front of the mat. Finding your forward fold, interlacing at the elbows, falling over your knees, perhaps bending through your knees to allow your low back to release, still countering all of those back bends that we did on our belly. And breathe in and out and release your hands, let them fall down, and breathe in and halfway lift and out and forward fold and in and mountain pose and out, passing all the way through your core, and forward fold, and in and halfway lift, and out and fold, and in and all the way up to mountain pose, reaching through your fingers, swan dive, low, half lift, and finding your first chaturanga, or meet us in down dog if you're not ready for the flow. Shave your elbows, high to low, push up, little cobra. And push up onto your knees and downward facing dog. Send the right leg long. Step forward. Crescent lunge, opening your hands and lifting your hands and holding the earth in your fingertips. One full breath as it orbits. And then flow low. Frame your foot back, three-legged dog, and down dog. Send the left leg long. And reach it forward. Crescent lunge on this side. Let the earth turn. Flow low. Frame your foot. Send it back, three-legged dog. And down dog. Shift your weight into a plank pose. Plant the left hand underneath the center of your body. Up, side plank. You can either stack your feet or leave them side by side. If you feel it, bring your right foot up into tree pose, either on your low leg or your upper leg. Collapse, letting that right hand come back down. Plank pose. Pushing back, down dog. Full breath here. In through the nose and then out through the mouth. Lion's breath if you choose. Shift forward. Plank pose. And put the right hand steady underneath your body, coming to a side plank on the other side. And if you feel adventurous, then make a tree here. Finding your reclining tree, the tree after a Wyoming wind for so many years. Let that left hand come back down and come out of this pose, coming back into plank. Chaturanga, shaving the elbows. Spend a breath here in cobra. Yes. And pressing back. And we'll meet in down dog. Send your right leg long. This time when you step it up, come all the way to runner's lunge, so bringing it to the right side of your right hand. Choose to stay lifted if you feel the warmth and like it, or bring the left knee down onto the ground. Either way is fine. Whichever one you choose, find the variation of runner's lunge that you like. There is a variation if you stayed lifted where you can come on the razor edge of your foot and actually align back and front feet. Find that breath. Keep it strong. And in and out. And if you came down onto your elbows, start walking back up. Heel toe your right foot back in. And if you haven't set that left knee down, you may want to set it down now. We're going to walk the left hand over to if you can, if this is accessible, either put it on the inside of your right foot, or if it's accessible, you can put it on the outside. And actually you can have your knee lifted too if you want to. And then just open a curtain, open it to the right. A little twist. Breathe. And a little more twist. And release. Beautiful. Frame your right foot, and if you're not up on the left toes, come on up and press back, three-legged dog. And release that right leg. Check it out, see how it feels compared to the other leg. Send the left leg low. And we get to runner's lunge. Left hand. And once again, find your most luscious version of runner's lunge. Staying lifted or not. Going low on your elbows or not. But always keeping your breath. Whenever I get stressed at work, I just start singing that song. Another day, just believe, another day, just breathe. You come on your elbows, working your way up. And then depending on where you are, heel toe the left foot so that it comes more center. And then take your right hand either inside, or even if you want to go deeper to the left of your left foot and opening up to that twist. That's a tricky one. Breathe and push a little deeper and release. And send that left foot back, either three-legged dog or stable table. Take a full breath here in down dog. And step up to the front of the mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in, and out and fold, and in and mountain pose, and out, bring your hands to your heart. Take your right hand and let it migrate down your right leg, bring your left hand up and over, gazing into your elbow pit, and letting the right hand just inch down your leg. 1 inch, 2 inch, 3. One more breath. And pull yourself up back center. Bring the right hand up and let your left hand migrate down your left leg. Another deep breath and another inch down. And then lift yourself back up center. And bring both hands overhead. Swan dive. Half lift. Forward fold. And this time in forward fold, let your upper body fall completely onto knees. And take your right hand under your right foot, your left hand under your left foot, and take a moment in gorilla pose to stretch your poor, overworked typing wrist. Oh, I'm sorry you've been typing more than anything else lately. Press down right into those interfaces with your big toe, all your toes. Press down on the hand and see how that changes the stretch. And then release your right hand and release your left. And step your, you can come to a little bit of a halfway lift with your back. If you like, step the right foot backwards so that you're stepping into a low lunge on the left. So we're in a lunge, but go ahead and let the right knee fall down to the ground. And then shift, so coming into a hamstring stretch. So shift backwards, breathing out and rounding through your upper body. And then breathe in and shift forward into the low lunge. So flowing here back and forth. So an out breath onto the low lunge, or an in breath onto the low lunge, out breath onto the hamstring stretch. In, low lunge, out, round through your spine. And one more time, in, low lunge, out and round. Now stay here in the hamstring stretch. Only this time as you breathe out, open your heart, or as you breathe in, open your heart, and take your hamstring stretch to a slightly different place. And you can move here still if you want to arch with your out breath. And in, open your heart, but just taking the hamstring stretch to slightly different places. That little bit of motion. And then shift forward, back forward, low lunge. And plant your hands, step the left foot into stable table. So coming back, stable table. Send that left leg long and just roll through the ankle. Cross it over the right and take your gaze over to the left toe. Just a little side body banana. And reach that left foot back out. Set it back down next to the right. And take the right leg long. Bring it forward to a low lunge. Connect with your low lunge. And then out breath and shift back, hamstring stretch. Arch and out breath. And in and low lunge. And out, arch. In. With your breath. And one more time. And we'll meet in the hamstring stretch. You're now breathe out and round and in, and just open your heart and just shift the stretch in the hamstring a bit. Let your body shift forward into the low lunge, but don't linger. Step the foot, heel toe it over to the left, so you're directly into pigeon pose. Finding that deep hip stretch. And maybe you're starting to feel sleepy about now, so if you want, you can come forward into sleeping pigeon. Linger here if you'd like, or come back to king pigeon. Plant your hands next to either side of your leg and come back in as soundless a way as you can. to a stable table. Take 3 large circles with your hips. Clockwise, or whatever direction you started. I imagine many people started clockwise. And slow whenever you're ready. And stop. Send the left leg long. And bring it forward for pigeon pose on this side. Come to sleeping if you'd like. Take your breath with you. In and out. If this is still feeling juicy, stay here for a little longer. If you want, you can move up. Plant your hands to either side of your leg and we'll return to stable table. And if you were clockwise last time, be counterclockwise this time. And find your hip. And with your breath, in the morning maybe, but in the evening as you're turning back time. Reach the right leg back behind you. Cross it over the left and take your gaze over your shoulder. Well, hello, toes. Really texted today. Turns out that whole degree thing. And reach back to the behind you. And set that right leg down next to the left. Press back one more time into child's pose. Breathe out and let your belly drop. See if you can relax enough that you can find one more inch of fall in your hips. Let them fall just one more inch closer to your heels. Through relaxing, not through pushing them, but through gentle stretch and relaxing. You can stay here if you're enjoying this pose, or if you would like to roll all the way up and all the way over onto your back, We'll head there now. Bring your knees with you. Pull them in towards your chest and roll your spine down onto the ground. Iron it out, flat it out. And then release the left leg and pull the right one in. Roll through the right ankle first, clockwise, and then counterclockwise. And then pull that right hand into half happy, or right foot into half happy baby. You can put your left hand on your hip if that helps. And let's further the stretch of our hamstring by reaching the left or the right foot up to the ceiling. And then you can use a strap or a t-shirt or anything you have kind of help to deepen that stretch of your hamstring. And see if you can change where it is by where you press. You press the ball of your foot. You can find another interstretch there. But also, at the same time, make sure you're bringing a lot of air to your sore muscles. So that's some of the key to clearing the stress, the soreness. So try to breathe in to your hamstring. Let your foot shift to the left just a bit, your leg, and come into a slight change in where that stretch is, kind of bringing it towards the biceps more. At about 10 degrees, I think, is where you start, especially you have a strap. At 10 degrees, you start to feel the biceps more. Let's linger there for a minute. And then come all the way to about, it's about 30, maybe 20. So you start to fill it into your IG. And slowly, with breath, bring it all the way over to the right so that you can bring the stretching that up. Stay here for another breath. See if you can start elongating your out breath. And then bring the foot back center. And release it. Send it the right leg long. Bring the left leg into your chest. Rock and roll a little if you need to get the spine out. And then come to half happy baby on this side. Working towards this hamstring, you put your strap around the foot. Just find different ways to work different areas of the hamstring. All with breath, of course. And maybe find your way to the 10-degree position. I don't know how much I like this one. And then all the way to that 30 degree. And then let that leg drop all the way to the left. Abductors on the left. Bring that leg back center. And let it go. I'm going to give some time to do whatever pose you would like to finish with. If you wanted to do like some hip circles, that might be a good one. If you're just feeling the joint at the hip might be hard. Or maybe you're wanting to do an inversion or figure four or cow face pose or I don't know. We'll move to our final resting posture. Take your time. What you would like. And wherever you are, picture a little bit of soil. And the tiniest little sprout pushing up through the soil. And then unfurling, forming leaves. And then finally a bud. And then opening into the most beautiful flower that your mind can create right now. And then picture the rain falling on your flower. And then stopping. And little drops of water being held in the petals as if they were tiny little cups. Wherever your mind has wandered, bring it back here. Stand with your feet, your hands. Check in with your breath. Then take a moment to relax your face, your jaw, your nose, your eyes, and the muscles around your ears. Send your arms up above your head if you like. Fingers and toes. And then roll to one side or the other. We'll meet seating when you're ready. sorrow always goes away before YoSKi. Thank you for the few and the strong who love your body. YoSKi.